everybody, and welcome to Baking Across the Globe. Today we are going to be taking a detour, and I'm going to introduce you to my Gimme Some Sugar Cupcakes. I had a company online a while back when I lived in South Carolina called Gimme Some Sugar Cupcake Company. And one of the times I came up on vacation when my son was getting married, my friend MaDonna, here's my friend MaDonna, she's my best friend, and she helped me make those wedding cupcakes. So I decided to have her along today for this video, and we're going to be making my famous banana pudding cupcakes. So, and you have had them before, right?
Yes.
I think you did. Yeah,
Yes.
They're really good. So, alright, so we're going to get started and let you know all the ingredients. It calls for 1.5 cups of flour, and it calls for 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and it calls for 2 eggs, a stick of butter, 1.5 cups of mashed up bananas, and it calls for 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And it also calls for 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. I think I got it all. I am going to be making a base on these cupcakes. It's going to be a vanilla wafer base, and so I'm going to crush up some vanilla wafers in my Ninja and add a little bit of butter to it, and we're going to make our base. This is something I just eyeball. So what I did was I took about half a bag of vanilla wafers and half a stick of butter, and I melted the butter, and when this was blending up in my Ninja, I went ahead and poured my butter into it. So we have a good crust going right here. So I'm going to get a spoon and spoon that into my cupcake papers, which I already have. I have them sprayed with some cooking spray. That way my cupcakes don't stick to the paper. Okay, so I have the crumbs in these cupcake papers, and MaDonna is going to pack it down for me. But while she's doing that, I want to give a shout out to my friend Meredith down in actually she's now living in South Carolina, and she's the one that wanted me to do my banana pudding cupcakes, and she also is the photographer that did the portraits of my cupcakes when I lived in South Carolina. So, hi Meredith.
And she did an excellent job.
Excellent job. So, I get to packing these down. Pretty good.
Okay, it's all packed and ready to go.
Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and get our wet ingredients into my mixer bowl here. So I am going to do the 2 eggs. We have 1 stick of butter.
Slightly melted.
Slightly melted, yes. So 1.5 cups of bananas, which turned out to be 3 medium size to large bananas. And 1/2 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to get that all mixed up, and then we'll add our dry ingredients. Well, I got that good and blended, so now I'm going to add the dry ingredients. 1.5 cups of flour. My baking soda, baking powder, and my salt, and my sugar. And I'm going back onto the mixer.
You just came up with all of this out of your head, didn't you? You just came up with this all on your own, just like out of your head. You just thought it up.
So that is nice and blended up now. While this was mixing, MaDonna and I were talking, and she told me one of her favorites that I do is my dulce de leche cupcakes. I love caramel.
So do I. I almost like it better than chocolate.
Me too, almost.
Oh,
I like both.
Yeah.
Caramel and chocolate are together, that's even better.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you like the more chewy caramel or do you like the more liquid caramel?
I think I like it more liquidy.
So do I.
Yep. Ooh, that would make a really good cupcake, a chocolate salted caramel.
Instead of a chocolate lava cupcake, you can make a caramel lava cupcake.
Mm.
That would be really good.
Mm. That would be really good, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I want to taste this. Mmm. Good. You want to taste it?
Yeah.
You can really taste the banana.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I like it. Alright, so now we're going to scoop the batter into the cupcake papers. This might make more than 12. I couldn't remember. It's been so long since I've made these. I couldn't remember how many this makes. So I might be getting out another cupcake tin.
Well, I don't think you'll have any problems finding homes for those extra cupcakes.
Nope. I was planning on sending you home with half of these anyway.
Oh boy. Oh my husband will love that.
Okay, so I'm going to put these cupcakes in my oven at 350 degrees for about 25 minutes. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and start the filling while we're waiting on the cupcakes to finish baking. So with my filling, I make a pudding first, and I use the small pack of vanilla pudding. I'm telling people my secrets.
I know, that's why I wondered. Are you sure you want to put this out there?
Anyway.
This flavor will be retired at the end of this video.
2 cups of milk into your pudding. And then I'm going to whisk all that, get it nice and thick like a, your pudding is supposed to be. While I'm doing this though, I'm going to go ahead and get the cream cheese. I got 8 ounces of cream cheese. I'm going to go ahead and get that in my mixer and get that, start getting that whisked up. Okay, so I have my pudding all mixed up and it's really thick. And the cream cheese is all mixed up. MaDonna's just getting off the side of the bowl for me.
Okay.
And now we're going to put the pudding into the mixing bowl. I'll let you do that.
Oh, okay.
Then we're going to go ahead and get that whipped up and then I'll add the Cool Whip. Got a pudding shower. One tub of Cool Whip. A lot of filling.
Minus a spoonful if I get a hold of it.
This is my filling for my cupcakes. So now our cupcakes are done and we did the filling, so now we are going to work on the Swiss buttercream frosting. So I have a pot on the stove. We're going to create a double boiler, and so I have my 6 egg whites in my bowl already, and I have 1.5 cups of sugar that I'm going to be adding to those egg whites, and that's what we're going to put on the double boiler. Get the sugar all melted into the egg whites, and then we will whisk them up in my mixer. And then I also have 2 cups of powdered sugar, and we have 4 sticks of butter all cut up because that'll be getting added to the frosting little by little. And we also have, it'll call for 1 tablespoon of vanilla. So we're going to get the egg whites and the sugar started on the stove. Okay, so now I have my pot with water at a rapid boil. So I'm going to add my egg whites to the top here on my double boiler. I'm going to pour in my 1.5 cups of sugar. Give that a whisk. You gotta continually whisk this as the sugar melts. And we want to get it to 115 degrees. And you'll see that your sugar will be dissolved at that temperature. Almost there.
Is it like softball stage?
Oh no, softball stage on there is around 230 degrees. I'm just getting it to 115, which it's there. Turn this off. This is what it looks like when your sugar has started to dissolve. And now we're going to go put this on the KitchenAid mixer and start getting it mixed up and making a meringue. Okay, so I have my sugar and my egg whites. And the sugar's all dissolved. I'm going to add it to my KitchenAid mixer. Get the whisk attachment on and let her rip. At this stage, I'll show you. When you're at this stage, we got this soft peaks. Is when you want to add your 2 cups of powdered sugar. I'll be doing that while it's mixing, gradually. Also, I need to add my tablespoon of vanilla. Okay, we do have our stiff peaks, but I need to continue to whisk it for a while. Before we add all that butter, because it needs to cool down still. Just cool down enough, I'm going to start adding the butter. Okay, so I'm going to start adding our butter. Do 1 pat at a time, get it all mixed in. Want to help on this one? Take a while. Just 1 at a time? 1 or 2. Okay. Let that go until it thickens back up. Okay. This mixer has been running now for how long? Probably about 20 minutes at least. And I went ahead and also, part of my recipe, which I was trying to avoid adding, was the shortening. It calls for 1/2 cup of shortening. It wasn't thick enough the way I wanted it to, so I added the 1/2 cup of shortening. That helped, because now I have my thick buttercream. So, now that I have that, we have our cupcakes, we got our filling. Now we're going to core the cupcakes. And all I use is an apple core. And you get a nice hole in the center.
start to eat it.
I want to taste this.
I've been dying to taste it.
I want to taste it. Oh, it's so yummy. So, going for the filling. Can't wait for the taste test.
I know.
Alrighty.
Make it look nice and fancy. And you're not stingy with the icing.
Nope. Try not to be. You want to try your hand at a couple?
Yeah. Looks so good.
Alright, we're going to garnish this with the crumbs first. And then we're going to put the vanilla leaf on each one.
Okay.
Okay. And there you have it. Banana pudding cupcakes. And now we're going to try one.
The best part about baking is eating it. What do you think?
Ready?
Uh-huh.
Cheers.
It is so good.
Thank you for watching this video. If you like it and you want to see more of my cupcakes from Gimme Some Sugar, or any of my other baking videos for that matter, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And my next video will be our 4th stop, And it is going to be the United States. Specifically, New Orleans, Louisiana. So, stay tuned for that. If you want me to bake anything from your neck of the woods, just give me a comment down below and let me know what you want me to bake, and I will do it for you, and I'll give you a shout out. So, see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye. Alright, I got that good and blended.
Tongue twister.
Okay, I got that good and blended. But maybe I